Hello, so it's the 24th of July 1941, midnight. Doing pretty straightforward. In fact, this mission is going to be so straightforward. I actually sailed straight from La Rochelle straight into the mission area, my patrol area. That's how straight it was. I went in one straight line. So I've got a good feeling about this one. However, I did have an issue with one of my sailors. They were fighting. So we're going to have to court-martial one of them. But that's something to worry about after the patrol is done. So let's dive and listen out for any ships. Okay, nothing yet. Oops, I need to tell command where we are. I'm going to change the mood lighting to red also. Now you may notice something different about the video. If you have watched my other videos, and that is the resolution. my 32-inch 1440p monitor, it blew up. It literally made a popping sound. I didn't know what the hell was going on at first. I thought the popping. I heard the sound because I was looking at my phone in front of my computer. I heard the pop of the monitor, and I saw the screen went off. And I thought, wow, that's strange. But from what I heard, it sounded like the pop was coming from beneath my desk where the wires are, near where my computer is to the right. So I didn't realize at first. It took me a while actually to figure out where that pop was coming from. And then for me to realize, oh, my monitors died, specifically my main one. So I'm down to this 5x4. I've been using it for a few days. I don't hate it, I'll be honest. It's kind of nice, though. Yeah, it's small. Physically, I think it's about 17 inches. So that is just under half the size of what I've been used to for the past 3 or 4 years. The resolution is probably 2 or 3 times less. I don't know, but it's not bad. It's not the worst pixel density actually, so it's not too bad to look at. Yeah, I've been trying with a few games. I'd say it almost works with some of the games, but not quite. It doesn't quite work out for DCS, and I'm learning. I played a little bit before recording. It's not quite working out for Uboat either. So I do have a bigger monitor. It's a 16 by 10, as I recall. So it's what resolution is that? It's just below 1080p, from what I remember. So yeah, I don't know. I suppose that I'll switch to my 16x10. Maybe. We'll see how this goes. I know. What am I on about? Of course I'm going to switch over. Yeah. So I'm kind of liking the 5x4. It's really nice for looking at web pages, as you would imagine it would be for. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep it around on my desk, at least until I pick out something higher resolution. But if I do that, if I get a new monitor, it's probably going to be a 4K one, and I might upgrade my graphics card, but I don't really want to do that. So I don't know. I might just go to 1080. I don't know. 1440 is nice, but at 32 inches, it was way too big. I am really enjoying having a physically smaller monitor on my desk, because it somehow it creates so much more space around it. It's just nicer to not have this big massive monitor. So I think my next one will be under 27 inches. Maybe 1080, maybe 1440, I don't know. Depends on my graphics card, really, because I bought this one. I'm using 2021. No, probably less. Probably 23, I think. So I want to get a few years out of it. My last graphics card was a GTX 970. I've still got it in a box under my bed. Looks like I can add a point to something. So maybe discipline. I am experiencing a few difficulties with discipline, as I've already indicated earlier. So yeah. Oh no, it's all foggy. So what was I waffling on about? Oh yeah, so my last card was a GTX 970. I played DCS on that. Okay, it looks like there's a Royal Navy ship closing in. It's fairly close by, so we may have been detected. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so I am kind of wanting to get my money's worth out of this card. Honestly, I wasn't very impressed with the performance, because I paid a lot of money for it, more than I should have. But I really needed a new graphics card very badly. And I think I paid something stupid, like over, I think it was $650. I got a Sapphire graphics card because over the years I've been reading reviews about graphics card manufacturers, and apparently Sapphire is a really good reliable manufacturer of cards, so it's not going to blow up on me in a few years' time or anything. So I suppose Sapphire over MSI was a bit more expensive, but I feel more secure about it. Although my GTX 970 was a MSI, and I basically cooked that thing It still works, but it probably needs some new thermal paste very badly. Yeah, so sorry if I'm on about computer stuff and you're not interested, but there's nothing going on. Oh, no, one ship. Okay, moving past. Don't know what's going on there. Merchant ship. No, I don't think that is. I think it's definitely a warship. Oh, okay. What's going on here? Oh. Okay. I don't know why I got cancelled out of that. But I got a message about some smoke visible over the horizon by a friendly submarine. So I'm going to investigate that. Let's. Okay, now he's gone. So I don't know. I'm going to follow this bearing for a bit. Maybe submerge. No, nothing. So, yeah, nothing much. In a way, I'm kind of glad that monitor died. I've had it for, it must be about 3 years. Maybe 4. I had it a while before I got my new graphics card. Because that's basically what spurred me onto getting a new graphics card, was my GTX 970. Surprise, surprise, couldn't handle the resolution. So it said there's something moving into us. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I should stick around here and find out what it is. Yeah. No, I tell you what, I'm going to go after that. Because that's probably the convoy thing that I got a radio message about. No, this is the thing. Okay, this is where we want to be. I'm just going to assume the ship kind of close by to us is Royal Navy. So I'm going to try and avoid that. Anyway, yeah, so kind of disappointed by the new graphics card. Not because of the quality or anything, it's just because I expected more from it. I could obviously I could turn a fair few number of settings up, but I thought I could turn everything onto ultra on 1440 and you know, I wouldn't have a problem. But actually trying to get to, you know, stick to 60 frames per second it's been difficult. Never mind doing anything above 60. That's just been a pipe dream of mine. So that's just not happening. Maybe I could do that on 1080 with this card. I don't know. But that would require a new monitor, and if I'm getting a new monitor, do I want to stick around on 1080? Maybe. Really, I wanted my big 32-inch to last until this micro LED display technology comes out, I want to skip OLED entirely. And I more or less have, even with my electronic devices. In fact, only my mobile phone, which I got maybe 2 years ago, was OLED. And that's because it had certain things that I wanted from a phone. The only options available were with OLEDs. So I was like, fine, okay. But really, I want to just avoid that technology entirely, especially for a monitor where I could be using it for maybe 10, 15 years. This 5x4 monitor is probably, looking at the design of it, is probably from 2007, so about 18 years. And it looks nice, the quality is nice. I did manage to put a really nice scratch on the screen when I was taking it home. So there is a line on it, but it's not that bad. Unless you see it, then it's quite annoying. But otherwise, it looks solid. And yeah, it looks, it's a unusual aspect ratio. Even back then, it's 5x4, not 4x3 or 16x10, or 16x9 for that matter. But it's quite solid. It's got fairly decent pixel density for what it is, and that's what matters really. Yeah, so we're slowly making our way to this convoy. Now, it can't be mistaken for anything other than enemy ships. So I'm just gonna go straight to it. I need to save the game actually, so I'm gonna do that now. Just bear with me. I did notice in OBS I had a lot of artifacting with my video playback, which was frustrating. So I'm hoping the lower resolution will help my GPU with that. So maybe it won't look so bad. I did a test recording maybe a week ago or so in Uboat, and it didn't look that bad. So yeah, I am aware that a lot of my videos don't look too good, which is annoying. Especially because I did Gonna Hit PC, that tank game I've done a few videos on. I did like maybe a 2-3 hour recording, and I ended up just deleting it because it looked like it was shot on a phone from 2010. And it was dropping frames as well. There was a load of like stuttering and frozen frames. It's terrible. Yeah, ideally I'd have a second graphics card or a CPU that has a graphics chip built in. The CPU I've got at the minute doesn't, and I don't really intend on replacing it. Although I could do, and I definitely would see a probably fairly decent performance increase if I were to. But I don't know. Ideally, I wanted to keep everything as it is until I just replace my computer entirely in about 2027 or so. My plan was with this PC, it's the first PC I've built. Everything else I've used has been laptops. Was I was going to keep it more or less the same for 10 years, excluding my GTX 970. But yeah, things haven't quite worked out that way. I did have to make a lot of compromises because I built it with one, not a lot of money, and two, it was during it was 2019 or 2020. I can't remember it, but it was the winter right before AMD was going to release some new processors. And I remember debating in my mind if I should wait a few more months and get like a brand new released CPU. I ended up deciding against it because my laptop was basically on its last legs, so I needed something new immediately. So yeah, I basically, the only compromise I made, barring the GPU, which I knew I was going to replace eventually, was the RAM, which ended up sort of fixing. Now I've got 45 gigs of RAM, which I know isn't the best, but it'll do, I suppose. Okay, I reckon I've just driven past these guys. No, they're still in front of me, moving away. Okay. This is annoying. So I'm gonna have to see if I go north. I'm probably gonna run into this Royal Navy ship and the other one there. So that would mean I'd have to go south. But if I do that, then I'm gonna go off course. I prefer to go north. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be a bit more risky, but it's going to be easier for me to track them because I'll be heading, to Great Britain. In fact, if I do that, I should more or less put me in the right sort of bearing there. Okay, come on. Doing 11 knots, so I'm going to get some assistant engineers so we can go a bit more faster. I can't see anything up ahead, not even smoke, so we've got a good bit to go still. So yeah, gosh, I don't know. Making these videos is a bit of a pain, because if I end up talking for too long, which I did in the last few videos, I've had to edit them down. I'm saying this before I've actually started editing. I've been actively putting off editing these Uboat videos for couple of weeks because it's just absolutely grueling work. Even just finding stuff to cut out, it's just an absolute headache. So yeah. Anyway, I think my methodology of just doing the mission stuff is better than trying to cut things, doing any sort of touching any sort of editing with U-boat gameplay. means I'm having to sit there and cut down like a 2.5 hour video, which is really off-putting. Still not getting any closer to them, it seems like. So I'm gonna see if I can hear them. Okay, there they are. So they've moved off course a bit. Okay, let's surface immediately. Okay, I don't think I'm ahead of them or anything like that. No. The day's getting late, so what do I want to do? Well, I can't really do anything, can I? I just have to accept that I might have to wait a day or so, especially if it's going to be stormy like this for the next few hours. So let's submerge again. Wait, I didn't get them. Again. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, there they are. So they've moved again. Okay. Maybe it was just me, I guess. Okay, let's see. Anything? Probably not. See, it's still stormy as well. So it's going to make doing an attack really, really difficult if I'm getting thrown up and down in the sea all the time. And in Uboat you tend to have a problem with the ship not submerging when you tell it to. So there's just going to be more problems if I attack during the storm. Okay, it looks like they're actually behind, which is fine by me. We can make that work, absolutely. Okay, come up. I suppose it's worth. Oh yeah, I can see the smoke just about. I suppose it's sort of worth doing like a couple of pot shots at something. You know, just firing off maybe one or two ships, and then using the storm as a sort of cover. I'd imagine it would help. And then coming back tomorrow to do it. Although again, it's gonna, you know, I don't want to really do any editing, so I don't know. I might just have to stop recording and then come back during the day. Maybe. Let's see how this goes. Before I do anything though, I will save the game. Okay, so these guys are, I think, are more or less perpendicular to the convoy now. Not much to see. Though it looks like I can sort of see something. just about, I think I can just about, maybe I'm going crazy. But it looks like I can see something, some kind of superstructure there. Maybe not. Okay, I think I might want to consider submerging in a minute. I'm going to save here. I know I'm saving too much. Okay, I will just tell the guys to maintain the torpedoes. I don't know what's going on, but I don't have very many men, do I? So I got 3 ready. 15. Ah, that's why. Yeah, I think I lost a few men. In the last mission I did. It seems like I lost quite a few men, but I didn't lose his submarine. I can't remember what I did, but it was obviously the last video I did. I don't know what the hell happened. Anyway, I'm going to think about submerging shortly. But before I do that, I'm going to get someone to look through the periscope. Yeah, so the user interface doesn't play well at this low resolution, which is annoying. Because I don't see why it shouldn't just work. Okay, that looks like a maybe, I don't know, I can't tell. But I was, yeah, it might actually be a freighter there. This group doesn't actually look that big, judging from the smoke, though it might just be the game not loading in properly. This ship looks like it's not heading towards us, but actually heading perpendicular to us. So I'm not quite sure. Oh, okay. Well, apparently it is actually doing that. So I'm not sure how that happened, but obviously they've changed course, it seems like. Okay, well, that just means I should speed up a bit. Important message. What could this be? We'll be coordinating a wolfpack attack on the convoy. All nearby U-boats are called to travel to meeting coordinates. Convoy is expected there 27th of July 1941 at 3:10. Okay. So that appears to be for this convoy here. So let's do that. Let's pull away. Because I don't think I actually had a proper chance to try the wolfpack attack in my last video, because I ended up running into 2 convoys and they're heading in the same direction, and the game kept switching me between attacking one convoy or the other. So it didn't quite work. The game sort of got confused by itself. Okay, well, we're ignoring that because we're going to wait for this convoy to come through. So I'm just slowing down now. Convoy's in here 5 hours. I remember I pressed this skip button last time and it didn't really work out in my favor, because it just made it so the convoy was directly on top of me, which I didn't really want because my torpedoes weren't ready. But I guess I could give it a try now. I will just get these torpedoes sorted now though. In the off chance it does actually help. In 5 hours time it may or may not make any difference, but in case it does, I'm going to do it. And these guys are just about done here. I'm just not going to bother with a stern torpedo. I don't think it's... I've got a strong feeling I'm going to have to fix those torpedoes while the enemy convoys is on top of us. But we'll see. See, this is what happened. I was surfaced and it's kept me surfaced. So what I should do is actually submerge. So let's do that. And then I shouldn't have that problem. Yeah, I remember. That was another issue. Yeah, you'd think the game would submerge for you. You know, like a little ahead of time. But yeah, this obviously needs working out, because obviously you can arrive at the muster point at any time. Not just 5 hours. You could arrive at 12 hours ahead, or like 1 hour before. So this thing needs sorting out. I'm gonna go fairly deep because we're just basically waiting. And now I'm gonna do that, so they should be ahead, or not ahead, but it should be probably on us, on top of us, about now. Let me check. So I've put them in silent mode. Mood lighting is blue. Anything else? I think that's it. So I'm going to do a cheeky maintenance. You see, okay, that works out in my favour, doing it 5 hours ahead. Because now I only have to do one tube. So that's alright then. Okay. Let's see, maybe, yeah, okay. Let's do these other ones. And I'm gonna take the boat to maybe there. And I've just realised no one is on the hydrophone, and that is quite important. Okay, yeah, let's not worry about him. They should be behind us, I think. Looks like we found a friendly submarine. I think. No? Yeah, there. It says there in the box. Okay, good. So now he can do these other ones, and let's get him to help out. So like I said, I think they are behind us somewhere. But the convoy is not being picked up on the hydrophone for whatever reason. Tell you what, I will have a look at the stern torpedo tube. Oh, that's fine actually. Okay, strange. Because I didn't touch that. Probably in about a few. Well, actually, since I set sailing, and even before that, the last mission I did, where I was just, it was a boring one. I knew it was going to be boring, so I didn't bother to record it. So it hasn't been, that torpedo hasn't been touched in a very long time. But it seems fine, so I don't know, I guess I'll leave it as it is. Yeah, not seeing anything in the hydrophone. So I guess we'll come up a bit more. No. Now I'm getting a bit concerned. Okay, there they are. Okay. Right. Just not here yet. Probably about, well, it's hard to say, but probably about 5 miles away. So we'll just sit here for a bit. I'm gonna turn the engines off, or the motors, and we'll just sit here. We'll just sit here. Okay, now the hydrophone has picked something up. Although he hasn't picked up, the convoy has picked up a ship 60 miles away, which is remarkable, but not very useful. Okay, it looks like no one is actually on the periscope because my main officer has gone to bed. Actually, I'll probably put them all to bed right now because we're not actually in alarm state. So yeah, we're just sort of burning energy here when we can put some of these people to bed so they at least get some rest. Again, you can see the superstructure, what's it called? Conning tower, sticking out of the waves, which I really, really hate. I think I'm going to save right now. before this convoy gets any closer. I'm not too keen on my position because it looks like this ship here on the left, which is no doubt an escort, is going to sail right on top of us. So he's got a fairly high chance of detecting us. So I might have to dive. Excuse me, I might have to dive fairly deep in a bit. I'd imagine the water is quite deep. 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers. So fairly deep, I'd say. I don't know what's going on here. Are they moving away? They're not getting any closer, are they? It would be funny if they're actually moving away from us. Yeah, they're really not coming towards us. I don't understand why. Maybe I'm going to use this as my chance to reposition, so I'm more or less in the middle of the convoy. Okay, I think they're getting closer. I can see a bit more of this ship. Yeah, it looks like they are getting... Well, I can't see them, obviously, but I think they are getting more closer now. I hope. I don't know, these ships are moving around a bit. So I think I'm gonna have a look through the periscope. Something is going wrong here with my plans. I think things are not going the way I expect them to. See, I still can't see anything, so what's going on? Okay, I can just about see something, like an actual part of the ship, not just smoke. So maybe they are getting closer now. I don't know. Okay, well there they are on the map, at least. We have that now as some kind of reference. Looks like I'm going to get run over by another Royal Navy ship, so I'm going to maneuver again. Oh. They are stationary. Okay. Why are they stationary? Oh, what's the point? Does it matter why they're stationary? The fact is that they're stationary, and that's why it looked like they weren't moving or actually moving away. Okay. Just give me a quick look, just to make sure I'm not actually being spotted. No, okay, so I think I'm still safe. So I will now get these torpedoes fixed up. Okay, well, I don't know what the hell is going on. And they're still so far away as well. Okay, well, let's proceed a bit more gingerly now. You know what, let's have a quick look at this. Too small. But I am thinking maybe I could take out an escort. Maybe that could help with things. Okay, I'll take this one out. That's what I'll do. Yeah, so to do that, I'm going to maintain some more torpedoes here. See, now they all need redoing again, because it's been so bloody long. Okay, I'm going to save this because this is fantastic. So clearly this ambush wolf pack thing just isn't working. Last time there were 2 convoys which kept, you know, flip-flopping. The game kept flip-flopping between, and now there's 1 convoy, but it's decided to remain stationary miles away from the ambush point, which is quite frustrating, to say the least. Okay, let me have a look at this. Come on. Corvette. Ours class, I think, is a bit bigger. Yeah. It's flower class, isn't it? Doing 0 knots, apparently. And 83 degrees, I think. A distance of probably about there. Okay. So I need to do these over 2 torpedoes. I'm gonna get a bit more closer just to make sure, because these big waves are really difficult to ascertain the proper range. That should be fairly easy. Okay, that's interesting. What's going on there? That looks a bit like a new ship, That's curious. I know I have some mods on, some of them relating to ships, so maybe this is that, or maybe it's a new ship that comes later in the game. That's interesting. There's a man doing something there with a blowtorch in that air vent. I don't know if you saw. That was unusual. I've never seen that before. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Alright, so our torpedoes are now done. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Are they doing this intentionally? Is there some kind of advanced bait going on here? Okay, now I've got a few guys helping out with the periscope, so I can see. Okay, all these ships appear to be the same. So that is strange. Maybe I've added a mod and some kind of mod is broken. I can never. It seems like I can never really get mods to work in this game, even when I think I've got them activated. They don't seem to fully work right. Okay, let's go for it. Let's do about 30 knots. Fairly shallow because of the big waves, obviously. Actually, because of the big waves, maybe it does need to be 1.5, if I can get 1.5 there. Okay, let's wait and see. Okay, where are we? There we go. Making our way. Sticking out of the water there. And there we go. Big hit, big fire. Oh, he was firing his gun there. It seems like that was a distress flare he was shooting out, I'd imagine. Okay, and there she goes. Broke in half again instantly. And sank instantly. Though I think it would kind of make sense, it would sink so quickly. What with the torpedo being so big and the corvette being so small, I suppose that does make sense. Okay, oh look, I have to maintain the torpedoes again. I don't know what's going on with them. It seems like I have to do them all the time now. Okay, let's move a bit more quickly here. So I'm going to bring the speed up a bit. I was thinking about that I need to submerge because of my superstructure, but actually it's not really that important right now at the minute, because I'm not under any direct attack. Okay, are these steamships now moving? No, they're not. Okay. See, the engines aren't even running. And like I said, I haven't seen these ships before. And now the entire convoy looks like it's made out of just these ships. So that makes me think I've installed some mod and it's broken everything. So I guess I can't be too mad at Uboat if my hypothesis is correct. It says it's a coaster. Okay. See, now that is a new class of ship. I've seen it in the book before, so I know that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, here we go. But I haven't. Okay, it's only one class, and this is it. Okay, so it's not a mod. I know that much now, because that is definitely in the stock game, this class. So it's a brand new class to me. I guess it's a new thing for 41. What's that? So that would be what, 2028. So yeah, more or less on it, I think. I'm just gonna wait for this wave. Okay, maybe not that one, but maybe this wave. No. Okay, maybe there. Depth 4.5 meters. So let's do probably about that. The angle's a bit funny, but I am using the improved pistol. And I've maintained the torpedoes, so I think I'm going to be okay with this sort of high angle here. There's our torpedo. Okay, looks like it should hit, but if it detonates, that's another question. Ah, dud. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, what we need to do then is set it to magnetic, obviously. That should have been what I should have jumped to. How do I do that? There. So I said 3.5. So I'm going to do 6 and a bit, because obviously the yeah. I do 6, because there's always the possibility that I can't bloody select 6, can I? There we go. There's always the possibility that the torpedo is just actually going to go underneath and it's going to be too deep. Although I haven't had that yet, I am sort of aware it might be a possibility that the magnetic fuse won't be sensitive enough. Let's see. Oh, it's very close to actually hitting the keel there, so I was quite lucky in that regard. But that looks like a very good hit. And just looking at that fire, that's a kill right away. I can see that immediately. So we're not even gonna wait around. We're gonna look at this ship here. So I'm actually going to speed up, if you can believe that. Is that the one I want? I think. What's that? Okay. Is he moving now? No. No, he's not moving. Sorry, I was just checking the numbers up here. Okay, we're probably about there for now. I'm just throwing a number in so we have something to play with. And we'll get rid of this doodle here. Let's have a quick look at the wreck. Well, I shouldn't say wreck yet. It's not been abandoned. Yeah. Okay, I don't like how the waves are washing over the fire there. There's a real danger it could put out that fire. Unfortunately, the entire superstructure is on fire. Oh, now the stern is on fire. Brilliant. Okay, now they've abandoned ship. Perfect. Okay, that's good. That's all works out. So I've got 2 torpedoes left, I think. I'm not reloading, am I? Let me see. No, I'm not. See, now I have to maintain the torpedoes again, which is getting a bit silly now. I don't know why that's suddenly a big problem. Yeah. Okay, so that ship still isn't moving. That's good. So I'm going to cheat a bit as I normally do. Get measurements, so that's what 80 or 79 degrees. I think that's right. But it's not 79, it's minus 79. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to do 6.5 meter depth. Am I? No, I'll do a nice, good old-fashioned contact hit. Let's see. 2 meters should be. Should be durable. Let's have a look at this corvette here. He might be onto us. In fact, he's popped a flare. So does that mean he's seen us? And he's alerting. I'm assuming it's him that's fired off that flare. Let's see. I can probably find it. Yeah, there it is. Wait. Oh, where'd it go? There. Oh. No. Not quite. No. They, I wish I could show you, but they have actually modeled the flare so you can actually see it in a really high detail. Oh, you almost saw it. No, not quite. Okay, let me just check what the hell's going on here. Okay, I got a few more seconds before they. There. Well, you can kind of see, not quite. But yeah, it's modeled to a very high detail. See, it says, Captain, we have risen to the surface. I don't know why. I'm going to put us down to 13 meters. Okay. There we go. That was actually a bit more deeper than what I wanted. Yeah. See, these waves, I think, a bit of a problem. I mean, they've all been hit so far. Just one of them didn't go off because of, well, let's be honest, my negligence. But for sure, next time I will use magnetic fusing. So let's do that. I think I've got time for one more. Maybe. I mean, that Corvette is turning into us right now. Okay. I think it's now or never, so I'm going to have a quick look. Oh, this is going to be a problem. 10 meters, can we do it? I'm going to have to work super fast here. But I think I can take out this ship. Let's see. Okay, should be... There he is. Coaster. Yes. Speed. Oh, velocity. 0 knots. Bang on. Pretty much. No. The other way. Distance. Who knows? God knows. It's probably too far. Yeah. Okay, let's go faster. He probably spotted us because I was doing 7 knots. I've just realised that might be why we've been spotted. Okay, yeah, and that's gone. There's a crate full of sausages and dried potatoes. And that reminds me, I need to check on the galley. So let me do that. Okay. So we've got space to bring food on board. Which is fine by me. Perfect. Ship is sinking. Good. Yep. Definitely sinking there. No doubt. Well, I'm happy about that. Very happy about that. Now about this ship here, not so happy about. So I am actually going to have to abort my attack and try and make our way over to this wreck. Maybe use that as some cover. Again, if you didn't see the last video, I've got some decoys now for the first time. I only used them, I think, once before operationally. So I have some experience using them. I think the effect they had on the enemy when I used them the first time was minimal, but maybe they'll help more this time. Okay, I'm going to think about going very slow as I make my way down to 117 meters, it says, is what I selected. So about 60 meters now. Coming up to 70. I've got 4 hours worth of air. That's without the ventilators on. And I've got those carbon dioxide scrubbers installed, so I can use them when I turn the air vents on. Not air vents, ventilation. See, I've got 1 day and 17 hours worth of electricity. I'm sure I can use it up if I do my best to. I'm going to take this opportunity. Maybe it's a bit of a foolish idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to reload the torpedoes. Okay, I'm just going to wait here. Because it seems like we're not being detected. Well, I don't know about that for certain, but we're definitely not being attacked. As you can see, the torpedoes need maintenance as soon as I put them back in. I don't know, I've just realized there's no audio being recorded from the game, and I'm not actually hearing any audio, I think. Yeah, so I'm not sure where the audio has gone. I thought it was just me not hearing it because I actually had my headphones off. Yeah. Okay, I don't know where the audio's gone. Yeah. See, I'm not hearing anything through my headphones, and I haven't changed my audio setup. So that's a bit confusing. So sorry about that. Yeah, it looks like this Corvette has lost us, so I'm going to slowly creep up to about 18 meters. I'm going to look at these tubes. Again, they need redoing. So I've got no idea what's going on with these torpedoes, why they suddenly need constant maintenance. That's never happened before. There's a lot of new things about this mission that have made the game a lot more difficult to play because the game has decided to not function normally. Okay, yeah, just leave him to do that. Okay, let's go back to action stations. Okay, I bet the convoy is still on top of us. Can't see a whole lot, if I'm honest. Yeah, still there. See? Okay. Well, let's just resume from where we left off. Gonna get a bit more higher so the waves aren't bothering me quite so much. What depth am I at? I really don't like the depth gauge mechanic in this game. It's probably the thing I hate the most, is you can't really see what depth you're at, and you can't really check up on it easily unless you manually click over. It's just annoying stuff all around. I'm just going to check for those, I think there's 2 or 3 Corvettes. Yeah, that's interesting. So the convoy is very lightly, very lightly defended with corvettes. Not knocking corvettes, mind you, because they are actually the most dangerous Royal Navy ships, to us at least. But it's strange there's no destroyers or anything, and this convoy is full of these brand new ships. Seriously, until this mission, I've never seen these ships before. I saw them in the identification book here, but I never actually had the opportunity to even engage them. So I'm quite pleased I've captured this on video, and hopefully you appreciate the novelty of this very almost chaotic, see, even that's gone wrong, almost chaotic mission. Look at my compass cursor thing. Before there were like markings, little markings, you know, little artistic detail, but now that's gone. I'm not sure what's going on. Could it all be related to me replacing my monitor? I don't understand what else it could be, really. Honestly, I've got half the mind just to surface and use my guns, because, well, these ships don't have any guns of their own. And now I'm looking and I'm thinking those corvettes have actually abandoned the convoy. Now I'm thinking about it. So actually I'm going to save the game, and I'm going to surface, and I'm going to use the deck gun. My voice goes every time I make a bloody video. I'm going to use the deck gun here, and we're going to see what we can do, basically. Okay, mood lighting to normal, just as well as I've decided to surface, because we're getting a little bit of water, or maybe we're not. Yeah, we are. A little bit of water coming up on the in the control room. So yeah, now would be a good time to empty out the bilges. Okay, 2 knots. Time is 20 past 10. So actually we're fairly late for doing this, but somehow the sun is still out and we're able to see, which doesn't happen very often this time of night during the game. I've just realized, no, we can get the deck gun in use. Actually, we're fine. Okay. I'm gonna go a bit more faster here. Whoop. Sorry, that was my doing that. Okay. There we go. So I've got a double click to fire, apparently. Okay, there. Now it's firing normally. So today I'm using high explosive. There we go. That's cool. Though I'll be honest, I think the the damage model is about the same as Silent Hunter 3. Yeah, I could do that in Silent Hunter 3 any day with a clean install. I think we should maybe shoot the rudder and then propeller for good luck. There we go. Yeah. It's a real shame the weather's been so bad lately with all these storms and everything going on. Every mission, every time there's a torpedoes to be fired, I'm always in the middle of a bloody storm, and at night more often than not. So what's interesting about these coasters is they're very fire resistant. Okay, I blew something really big off the boat. I think it may have been a lifeboat, I'm not sure. Oh, there we go, okay. So they're not as fire resistant as they are touted to be. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave that as it is and move on to a different ship. We can always come back to it. It's not as if they're moving or anything. Yeah, it really looks like those corvettes have moved off, which is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So I guess I should probably hold off from playing U-Boat for a while until I can figure out why it's behaving the way it is. Because something is going wrong here, and I think it must surely be something I'm doing with my mods. But that doesn't really explain. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Why my audio isn't working. But obviously you're really not missing anything, because they're just not fighting back, are they? Nope, just a bit over with that shot. I'm getting a lot of massed kills on these coasters. Normally I don't, do I? Normally it's just... I seem to always miss them when I'm missing the ship. Yeah. I was going to say something else. I can't remember what. No, it's gone. It's gone. Anyway, oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I never thought I'd be doing this sort of surfaced attack on convoys, no less. Again, because the past few months in the game, let's say, I have been seriously considering getting rid of the deck gun. But every time I think, oh, I'll just do one more mission with it, maybe it'll come in handy, and lo and behold, it does, always. And that's why I've been keeping it on. But I thought, before... Okay, good, got another fire. But I thought before this, I loaded up the game today, I really thought I just wouldn't be using it anymore. Because the anti-submarine tactics have just been so strong. They're getting really, it's becoming I can sense it's going to get really difficult to do any sort of anti-shipping work in the future. Even if it is still relatively easy now, and using the deck gun is becoming less and less of an option until it obviously is. So yeah, eventually, obviously, I think I will eventually just take it off, but it seems for July, maybe the rest of the summer of 41, I'll keep it on. I don't know. I am thinking of moving up to the Type 7 Delta soon. So to do that, I was thinking I'd sail back to Germany and switch it over. But then I was thinking, whilst I was loading up the game, actually, what if I could send the crew on holiday, and whilst they were away or something, I could switch the U-boats over. Like I could sail this Type 7 into the Gibraltar Strait, so it's actually in the Mediterranean, and then switch over to a Type 7 Delta. I don't know. Or maybe go to Germany, get a Type 7 Delta, and then sail through to Gibraltar, maybe. But I would like to go through there, because I've done it before in a previous gameplay run. And I thought I'd quite like to do it again, but maybe take something a lot more modern. So that's definitely an option. I don't know, it might be the next thing I do in the game, but obviously I need to figure out what the hell's going on with everything. I mean, as you saw, where is it? The audio should be working. It's not going to output any audio through anything else, because only my headphones are plugged in. So yeah, and I should be able to see something on OBS, but I'm not. Yeah. So the audio source is selected and everything. Yeah, it's just nothing coming through. Unless, hold on a minute. Unless I have, yes, that was it. There. Yes, I muted it in my mixer, I guess at some point. Probably, funnily enough, the last time I loaded up the game, when I was testing stuff. Okay, well that explains that. Okay, well now I've got that fixed. Obviously it doesn't make any difference because, as you saw, nothing happened. Well, not that much that requires listening. So yeah, well that sank pretty quickly. So that's nice. I do have some cargo in this area, I think. And I will be picking that up because, as you saw with the galley, I am actually running a bit low on food. Just gonna get a bit more closer here. actually we are too close. And I can't fire the gun. There we go. Yeah, we're actually way too close. I didn't realise. I'm going to tell him to reverse. And we've just hit the ship. Okay, never mind that. Okay, let's make sure that doesn't happen again. Oh, someone went over for a swim. There we go. See, I'm really doing a number on these masts here. Okay, good. Got a fire going. So I think I fired around here on the superstructure. Oh, fire. And the fire's gone out as soon as it's... congratulating myself for making a fire. It goes out. Okay, well, I fired there. And now it's sort of the decking there to get that fire going. Once again. No. No, nothing. Got a hole in it. Okay. I think that's nearly all the ships, so I'm gonna have a look. I think there were some sausages or something. If I can find them. No, just some guys in a lifeboat. I'll slow down. Let's see what we have. Invite them on board. Engineer, captain. Brilliant. Okay, what's this? Nothing. Anything over here? No, but I do believe there are. There is a oh, wreckage. Yeah. Oh no, it's that lifeboat again. No. So I need to keep going over here, I think. No. I can't find that ship I sunk. Okay, maybe there's some cargo here. Doesn't look like it, just another lifeboat. That's fine, I'd be glad to pick up any officers. And that's good because it seems like all the lifeboats have officers in them, which is nice because you don't always get officers in the lifeboats. They don't always survive. Yeah, and that's still floating, is it? Yeah. Okay, I might actually have to put a couple of rounds in her. Otherwise it doesn't count as a sinking, does it? There we go. Somehow that caused a fire. Let's have a look. Yeah. So, pretty much every part that isn't underwater is now on fire. Which is interesting. It's not sinking though, is it? Okay, it's sinking a bit more. Okay, now it's not again. Oh, there I am. Okay, not sure how I did it that way. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, my fault. Okay, I'm gonna have to reverse out of here. I'm actually gonna get crushed. I'm actually getting crushed by the ship as it's sinking. That's funny. If not a bit dangerous. Oh, look. There's some cargo there. Brilliant. Empty. Damn it. What about this one? Preserved pork. Yes. Okay, wreckage. Preserved pork. Here we go. Alright. Let's definitely put that onto the thing. No, is anybody... Nobody's actually doing the moving. Okay. Yes, move them. Okay, good. So we've got more food, even if it actually isn't all that much food. Oh right, yeah, so we suffered some damage. Oops. I minimized the game by mistake. I don't see any damage. So it must have been fixed already. Which is good, means one less thing for me to do. Okay, let's move on. Okay, it looks like there's 2 more ships here actually. I thought there was only 1 more. You know what, I'm gonna get really arrogant here. And I'm gonna turn the searchlight on. Okay, well, in theory, I've turned the searchlight on. Okay, there we go. Finally. Ooh, wow, that was our gun smoke there. Yeah, nothing really catching any serious damage. I'm running a tiny bit low on 88 ammunition, so I might actually have to switch to torpedoes. Actually, I've still got some. Okay, I might be okay for a bit longer. I'm glad I stocked up, because I very nearly didn't bother to add any more 88 ammunition. Okay, so I accidentally killed a sailor and destroyed a lifeboat. It's not really what I was wanting to do. So I just fired into the side, and which I thought wouldn't be a very good shot, and I only did it so it would help with the flooding. And as soon as I did it, obviously it created a fire. So yeah, I guess that's the general technique. Okay, now there's a fire over there now too. Brilliant. Alright. Okay, let's just leave that as it is. There's another ship here which I didn't even know about. So let's go to it. So I'm going to reverse. Go forward again. There we go. Good, so that crew's apparently abandoning the ship. Let's see what state I left it in. Well, pretty kind of fucked up. Yeah, looks pretty dented. Somehow. Maybe not. Yeah. Ooh. Broken half. It's a first for this class of ships. For a crazy moment there, I thought these ships didn't break in half at all. Actually, they do still, which is nice because you know, them breaking in half is what I expect from this game. Okay, I've got 20 rounds left. Come on. No, I'm going to fire into the hull, because that's a good way of causing fires on these ships. Just going to make sure we don't crash into this one. Going very fast. Okay. This one's not really doing anything. Yeah, I don't understand why they're so dead. They don't even have any lights or anything. Really peculiar. Okay, there we go. Another one on fire. So I'll go to this ship, which I thought I had attacked, but apparently I hadn't. Okay, quite a lot of smoke coming off that, because there's quite a lot of fire on that. Yeah, that's bad. Bad for them. Wow, it's really going up. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Where are we going? About a mile away to go. Come on. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but I think this is probably all the ships done after this one. Zoom out. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy how fast these ships are sinking. Okay, I'll just wait a minute for that. Nothing. Anything. I don't think that was a good one. I think I hit the little gangway thing. Looks like I'm going to crash into it, even though I told the helmsman to actually not do that. Okay. Now we're causing some kind of paint damage to the ship. Oh, good. Looks like I really fumbled it now. Okay, let's get the electrics worked on. This is probably how we're going to sink, I imagine. Okay, let's get these men off the guns. Well, off the gun, rather. And I want you to... No, yeah, of course I can't turn the pump. Okay, let's just wait here. Wait for the electrics to be fixed. Hopefully they have been fixed.
Herr Kapitän, ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Ja, Herr Kapitän, ich kümmere mich darum.
Yeah, okay, done. Alright, turn on the pump. Ah, it wasn't even that much water. Okay. Okay, well, we're fine now. That's good. It could have easily have been a lot more worse. Okay, I'm actually going to tell the radio man to update HQ. Yeah, well, he's got a lot of work. 23 messages to type out. I imagine his finger's going to be very sore after doing all that. Okay. I'm going to steal another man. And we can get the guns running. I think we're just about done. Oh, there we go. Perfect. If I can select the ship, and I can't select the ship there. We'll just stop here and just wait for this one. Any minute. Again, I was hoping for a sort of short-ish mission, but it's just impossible with this game. Come on. Sink. I'm gonna help it. Well, I've already put 3 holes in her, so I don't know what the problem is. Ah, good, good. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at the crew here. I've never actually invited crew on board as their ship is sinking. So that's actually a first for me. I'm surprised it's not actually a Steam award thing for doing that. Come on, God, it's taking forever. There we go. Perfect. So I reckon that's probably all the ships done. But to confirm, I am gonna submerge and listen out for any ships.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloin. Schraubengeräusche, Kriegsschiffe, kleine Gruppe, Peilung 80 Grad.
Okay, it's detected 2 people far away, but no one close by, it seems like. And I'm getting a indication that I can actually return to base from here, so that would confirm that there's no more ships nearby for me to sink. So with that done, I'm going to click there. 3 days later. And we'll have a look at what medals I've gotten. Surely I must get something. How many ships did I do? I think I did maybe 5 Let's see. This is an exclusive decoration for members of the Kriegsmarine. Recognizes valor in combat related to participants. 15 war patrols are front clasp in bronze. Let's see. U-boat war badge with diamonds. For those who participated and survived 8 war patrols. Decoration is introduced by the Admiral Donitz himself. Very cool. Let's have a look. 5 credits for torpedo course and Isle class corvette. Torpedo course for coaster, coaster 2, coaster 3. Oh, maybe not. They're grouped together, so I guess that's 2 ships. 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6, or I didn't count the corvette, did I? I don't know, it's hard to tell. I should say it here. I'll tell you what, it'll say it on the thing, won't it? When I get to it. Okay, here we go. Allied defense currently weak, middle of the Atlantic since you can't range. U-boat skippers go to the Black Pit. You have to exploit this weakness as much as possible before allies improve their defense measures. See merchant ships. Okay, so WP convoy attacked. Okay, now we can see. So time I did was 9 days, and 17,949 tons sunk. So, not counting the corvette, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coasters plus the corvette, so quite substantial, I'd say. So yeah, that was a interesting sort of chaotic, unplanned, annoying, frustrating mission. Even though it was essentially very straightforward and actually very easy to do. Yeah, it was just a bit of a weird one. Okay, well, I'm sorry if the video looks bad and the audio was frustrating because you couldn't hear the game, but yeah, is what it is. Anyway, I think the next video I will probably change submarines. I don't really have anything bad to say about this. I'm in the Type 7C, I think. I don't have anything bad to say about it, really. But I just want to see what upgrades are available for the Type 7 as the war proceeds. I think the upgrade tree is a bit limited for the Charlie. So yeah, we'll have a look at that in another video. Well, until then, thanks for watching.